is what Atlas had to say today. According to Sam Dean, Atlas said this. Now, immediately, 100%. Tomorrow we have certain things we're discussing and making decisions. When I start to think about it, I feel goosebumps and excitement. Now, we are hoping that is actually what is going to happen. We're not just hoping that you're just feeling the goosebumps and excitement. We are hoping that there's a reason why you're feeling like that, and we are going to get the players that we need. Hopefully they've told Rodriguez accepting, Gyokeres or Sesko is accepting, whoever is going to join. I hope it's exciting signings. We haven't, as I said, like a week ago, we haven't really had exciting signings. Calafiori was a good signing, although he's been injured. I still think he has the best Premier League goal for us this season. For me, I'd vote for him against Man City, the Premier League one. Merino, not really an exciting signing. Tomias, not really an exciting signing. Basically, a lot of defenders. I don't think defenders are usually exciting signings. It's usually a lot of forward players. The last exciting signing that we made has to be Aubameyang. We have to go all the way back to 2018. Was Jesus exciting? Not that much, but yeah, it was something new, getting a striker at that point. But he hasn't really turned out to what we wanted him to be. So the last time we had a proper exciting signing has to go to we have to go back to 2018. Not the way we were feeling when you were signing Aubameyang and Lacazette and Ozil and Alexis Sanchez. We want that kind of feeling. We want to, wait for that. Here we go for Rodrigo, and you're like, oh my goodness, we're actually signing Rodrigo. This is going to be exciting. It's combination with Odegaard, it's combination with Saka, this and that. Or we're signing Gyokeres. This is going to be incredible. We finally have a striker. How many goals do we need from him next season? We want that kind of excitement going into next season. We haven't really had that the last 5, 6, 7 years. Even during the Emre days, I don't think we really made it. Pepe was an exciting one, I guess, but yeah, again, didn't work. So hopefully we can get exciting signings, man. Hopefully. So that is what Atos had to say after the game. He says he feels excited about what they're going to discuss tomorrow and what is going to happen for the rest of the transfer window. Let's hope that is the case. Now, Graham Bailey earlier today reported that Arsenal want to sign 2 new forwards this summer, a wide player and a striker. Sources have confirmed to TBR Football that new deals for Leandro Trossard and Martinelli would not impact those plans. So, yeah, it shouldn't. So, I still see some people saying they'd want Martinelli to be sold. Some people are saying, why is Trossard getting a new contract? Fair enough. For me, I've already made up my mind. I've already told you guys what I feel. I want Martinelli and Trossard to stay, not as starters. I want us to sign a new left winger, but we still need backup players. This thing of using 16, 17, 18 players in a season, no. We need to have 23, 24, 25 players in that squad, Sometimes Martinelli can come on for 20 minutes. Some games he can start, but you don't depend on those players. But you still need cover, because if you sell Trossard and Martinelli and then you sign Nico Williams, what if Nico Williams gets injured? What next? You don't have a backup player. So you still need to keep backups in that team, unless we have more academy graduates like Lewis Kelly and Nwaneri emerging. So you have to do that. And I'm happy that they've said it's not going to affect it. So I think some people are maybe concerned about that. That's why are we keeping Trossard and Martinelli? You're not going to sign a left winger? No, we are still going to sign a left winger, but Trossard and Martinelli are going to stay. I'm not sure about Martinelli. I'm not sure if Martinelli is going to stay, but Trossard is going to get a new contract. So that is pretty much it. You sign a wide player, you sign a striker, and you keep what you have as backups. Absolutely no problem, because you still need backups. One thing I've not heard that much of is a number 10 or number 8. We haven't really heard about the attacking midfield position. There's players like Vats and Ryan Sharkey and Eze and players like that. I'd like someone like an Eze at Aston, but we haven't really had anything about those kind of players. It's been a lot of winger and forward. So a lot of left wingers and right winger. Mbeumo has been mentioned, and forward line. We've now that Newcastle are going to go into the Champions League, Isaac is not going to move, so it's just Gyokeres or Sesko. It's going to be one of them. So that is what Graham Bailey had to say. We are going to go for 2 new forward players. Hopefully they're done early. Next up, which forward players is it going to be? So Plattenberg had this update today. With Andrea Bata, Arsenal are currently focused on 2 top strikers, Benjamin Sesko and Viktor Gyokeres. By the way, I just watched the Sporting game right now. They beat Benfica 3-1. Gyokeres scored the last-minute penalty, they went to extra time and scored 2 more. Gyokeres now has 80 goals and assists this season. Not 8, 80. 8-0. How many goals have we scored this season in the Premier League? It's less than 80. We haven't scored 80, anywhere near 80 goals, right? So basically, Gyokeres goals and assists, he has more than what Arsenal has have the entire season. Even if you combine the number of goals Saka scored and Havertz has scored and Trossard has scored and Martinelli and Odegaard, even if you add Merino to that list, even if you add Rice to that list, no one will get to those kind of numbers, even if you combine all of those players together. So that is just absolutely crazy, man. 80 goals and assists. Now, again, as I said, I don't care which league is doing it at, even if you're doing it in, whether you're doing it in Bolivia or New Zealand or, Lesotho or China. I don't care where you're scoring those goals. 80 goals and assists is just crazy. That means you know where the goal is. The goal does not change if you go to England. The defenders change, the tactics might change, the physicality might change, but the goal, it does not change. The goal is still in the same area. The goal is still the same length, the same width. It's still the same everything. So as long as you know where the goal is, even those penalties, people have been saying Gyokeres has scored a lot of penalties. We have missed a lot of penalties this season ourselves. We also need someone to score those penalties. So 80 goals and assists is crazy in once. Those are like Messi numbers from 2012, 2013 there. Regarding Sesko, there has been recent direct contact between Bat and RB Leipzig chief Marcel Schaffer to understand, is it Schaffer or Schaffer, to understand the structure of a potential deal, including the release clause and other details. Both deals would be extremely expensive. RB have to sell Sesko in order to generate income. Arteta and the ownership are big fans of the player. So it's not just Arteta, they've also said the ownership are big on the player. I mean, there's no guarantee we are going to sign Sesko. I still don't think we are going to sign. If you're going to ask me, I think it's going to be 60% Sesko, 40% Gyokeres. Why? Because Sesko, we were told Sesko's release clause has gone up, so they might have a disagreement there and they might decide to go for Gyokeres instead. But hopefully, whoever we sign, it's done by June. Let's hope that it's done very early, because if you wait for too long, those players are going to go. And if Gyokeres and Sesko join other teams and Isaac is not moving, then who is going to be the next option? Now we'll be in big trouble after that. So let's see what it's going to be. But Plattenberg says we are still looking at both of them. So let's wait and see. There's still been a lot of different reports saying, we want this one, we want this one. Next up, let's go to another update from Plettenberg. He says, us are not only Bayern interested in Mitoma, Arsenal have also added Mitoma to their list for the summer. Andrea Berta and his team are assessing various profiles and candidates for the wing. Mitoma is one of them. Rodriguez considered the dream signing, but a potential deal is currently stalling due to wage demands. Now, Mitoma this season hasn't had the best of seasons. He's been injured a few times, but once again, his quality is great. I watched him the other day against, was it against Liverpool? Yeah, basically his touches, man. Even today against Tottenham, I've not seen the goals, but I think he scored or assisted. He's very good, Mitoma, in terms of directness and skill, and that is a proper winger who can take on players. We don't have that now. Martinelli, I would keep Martinelli, but I do understand the people who don't want Martinelli to stay, they do say something that is very true. And it is, forget even the end product, because we also saw him missing another one-on-one today. The fact that he cannot take on players, unless he's quicker than you, he cannot take on players. The skills that Sanchez and Ronaldinho and even Dembele, just taking on players and skill-wise and beating a player, I don't think Martinelli can do that. It depends on his speed. I don't think if he's coming up against a Walker or players like that, he cannot beat them. And Martinelli himself said his toughest defender that he's ever played against is Walker. Why? Because he's matching him when it comes to speed, because he can't take on a player. He can't, show a bit of skill like name and go past a player like a Nico Williams. He can't do that. So if you don't like that kind of a winger, it's not going to be a cup of tea. Some people prefer, and that is, I think many people prefer that anyway. Players like a Nico Williams and Ronaldinho and Alexis Sanchez, players who can take on players, sometimes cut your left foot, sometimes cut your right foot. Unpredictability. I don't think Martinelli has that unpredictability at all. You always know he's going to just kick the ball past you and run past you. So there's that. So again, today, getting into the central areas, Martinelli is doing well, but if you're depending on him on the wing, no, it's not going to work for him as a starter because we've already seen now 2 seasons in a row fully. Rodrigo wants to play on the left side. He's considered the dream signing, as they've said. So let's wait and see if he's going to be the one. But Mitoma has been mentioned. Now, would you guys like Mitoma to be? Would you be happy with Mitoma is the winger signing that we make? You know, we sign a striker and then we sign Mitoma as a winger signing, or do you think Mitoma would be an underwhelming signing? You want those big names like Rodrigo and Rafa Leao. Lastly, Jakub Kiwior. Arsenal have put a 60 million price tag on Jakub Kiwior this time as they look to stave off interest from any potential suitors. So for me, I want Kiwior to stay anyway. But yeah, that is the right thing to do. You tell people, hey, if you want him, 60 million. 60 million, yeah. He plays for Poland every single game. He's a versatile player who can play as a left centre back, right centre back, left back. He's played for us last season. All those things are not easy to get. He's a player who's always fit. He's still young in terms of age. He's now played for Arsenal. He's played for Poland internationally in tournaments. All that has to be taken into consideration. And he's still a very good defender. And for Kiwior, even if I didn't rate him, I do rate him even since last season. Even if I didn't rate him, we have a problem defensively right now. Because today, Saliba was injured, Gabriel was injured, Tomiyasu is injured, Calafiori is injured, Timber is injured. Those are 5 defenders. Tien is leaving, Zinchenko might leave. How many defenders is that we have remaining? If we had a game next week, who would have played? It's only Kiwior and Ben White. There's no one else there. Everyone else is injured. So players like Kiwior who are going to be fit and always going to step up, you have to keep players like that. Unless if you're selling Kiwior for 60 million, then you're going to buy another defender, then we can wait and see. But if you sell someone like a Kiwior, you're going to also need to buy another defender. So, and we're already going to go for a left back. So if you sell Kiwior, we are going to go for 2 defenders. Do you really want to spend time going for defenders right now? No, we want to focus on the attacking area. So that's another reason why I'm happy to keep Kiwior on top of, because it's been great this season. He's covered well for Gabriel, versatile player. You know, he's always fit, durable player. I'm happy to keep him for sure. So let me know what you make of all that. Very, very busy transfer window coming up. I won't forget about this as quickly as possible. We'll do a couple of videos tomorrow to rate the players' season, and also a keep or sell video. And then we'll just focus on the transfer window, which is about to open like in a week's time or 10 days time or something like that. People already started signing players. Let's focus on that. And we need big, big signings. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.